everyone, it's Debbie here, and I'm an online DBT skills teacher and coach over at emotionallysensitive.com. Today we're talking about everyday stresses, which can frazzle any human being. But if you have borderline personality disorder, BPD traits, or emotional sensitivity, you know the impact, the intensity that stress can have on your body, on your mind, on your nervous system, that can have you dysregulated for the rest of the day or maybe even days at a time. But there is hope. There are things you can do, so stay tuned. Some classic examples that you may relate to are maybe you're a mom and you just put the kids to sleep and you're enjoying or thinking you were going to enjoy a nice bath or a book or just some downtime for yourself, and then something happens. It's like, not now, right? One of the kids gets up, you get a phone call that's really upsetting, the plumbing goes, I don't know, something happens, you get upset. How do you handle that in that moment? Another example is getting stuck in traffic. This is frustrating for all of us, but imagine you're going to work, you've been late several times, your boss has already had a talk with you about it, and you're stuck in gridlock traffic. There's absolutely no way you're going to get there on time. How do you cope with that? Or how about those times when you get into an argument with a loved one and then you have to go to work or they have to go to work, and then there's all this time in between where you can't deal with the problem and it's eating at you and you're obsessing over it and you don't know what to do. You want it fixed now, but you can't. Maybe you have to go to work and function in this state of mind. How can you cope with that and get through the day? These are all examples of distressing situations, and for some of us, we may not have learned these skills as children, so we may have skipped over learning them or receiving them for whatever reason. Could be due to trauma, could be due to something else. And when we learn DBT skills, specifically distress tolerance skills, it's as if we're reinstalling software or installing it for the first time even, so that we can access this information and utilize it so that we can be more effective in our lives and in our relationships as adults, even if we didn't get these skills back then. Some of the skills in distress tolerance include distracting, and this involves doing some type of activity that gets your mind occupied, gets your body engaged perhaps, until your chemistry gets back to normal. When you get activated from being triggered or stressed out, all of your stress hormones are being released, etc. And so we want to do something to distract in that time rather than act on whatever the emotion we might be having is driving us to do because of that distress. In distress tolerance, we also talk about and practice quite a bit grounding through the senses. So this is through sight, through sound, through taste, through smell, through touch. And believe it or not, this can be very, very calming for the nervous system and can be a really great way to ground and get back to center. Learning to accept without judgment is also a skill that we practice in distress tolerance, because what's happening in the moment is reality, and we may not like it, but if we fight against it and say, oh, I wish these kids weren't screaming behind me, or whatever it might be, well, who's suffering? Because the kids are screaming behind you. So you can find a way to work with the reality that you're given in a certain moment. Moment. Here's what I found to be true. A group setting is what helps. Having community, having other like-minded individuals who are on this path, who want this just as badly as you do, who want to find that regulation, that inner peace, that contentment in their relationships and build the lives that they want. That's what helped me, and that's what I provide now in my online class with people from around the world, just like you, just like me, who are working on these skills together. Receive, receive, receive. One of the awesome things about being in a supportive, non-judgmental group environment, including the online group from my course at emotionallysensitive.com, is you're able to practice skills. And it's not like you're doing this on your own, reading a book and trying to practice, getting frustrated, saying this crap doesn't work, because it happens to people all the time, and they find our class and say, oh my gosh, I just needed this support. It's just too hard to do on my own. So what we do is we give you the opportunity to practice, and in community we talk about it. And then myself as a DBT trained certified life coach and my co-facilitator as a DBT trained licensed therapist can give you feedback, can give you redirection, can give you reinforcement. So if you're finding that the skills are not as effective as you had hoped and you need some troubleshooting and some support and some assistance with how to redirect your path with this, we can provide that to you. class starts on Monday. I hope you'll join us. Go to emotionallysensitive.com to sign up. What better time as we're approaching the holidays to do this work and have support from a community that understands as families getting together, work schedules are getting crazy, the kids are out of school. Let's do this work together in a supportive environment. See you there.